Okay guys, so here's a video of the 55 and 75 and everything that's going on with it. Oscars are doing good. I got some API aquarium salt, so then that way hopefully it'll help them heal up, and it'll also help the green tier and the 75, put some in there too. It says electrolytes are essential for the uptake of oxygen and the release of carbon dioxide and ammonia through the gills. A lack of electrolytes may cause serious health problems. API aquarium salt made from evaporated salt water provides these essential electrolytes. So, yeah, it's supposed to help the gill function, supposed to help them recover from like diseases faster. So hopefully it'll get them over that hole in the head, help them speed up. That's, for a tank this size, it takes about 9 tablespoons. I think I put it takes 11 tablespoons. I'd put about 9 or 10 in here. Just because I didn't want to put the whole amount, just to be on the safe side. Didn't want to put too much, just in case. But in that tank called for 15 tablespoons, so I put 15 in here to hopefully help this guy out with his gill functions. But, I mean, he's not breathing as quickly, but he's still breathing heavy. But he's not breathing as quickly, I don't think. He was breathing like really heavy and really quickly. He's still breathing heavy and quickly, but I don't think as badly. So hopefully over time that'll help him. Otherwise, I'll just end up getting rid of him, because I don't want to see him die. So yeah. And then this Paku, he's gonna be going too. Even though I don't want to get rid of him, I'm going to need to, because he's just getting big, and also he's beating up on the goldfish. So if he stops beating up on the goldfish, then he'll stay until he gets eventually too big for the tank. But if he keeps beating up on the goldfish, he's just going to have to go pretty soon, because I don't want my goldfish getting injured. Yes, the tank does look terribly overstocked right now, but that's because it is kind of, but mostly, just all the decorations in there. Take up so much space. Because I mean, when this tank was empty with no decorations, I'm like, oh my god, it's so much space. I put all decorations in. I'm like, oh my god, it seems so crowded now. But I mean, the catfish and the plecos and some of the smaller fish really do appreciate the crevices and all the plants and everything, so that way they can hide around them and everything, and get away from the bigger fish. So, I mean, it's a good system. I have a sump on there, down there, with the trickle tower. You guys have seen that. I have my 2 power filters on there. I have the Aqueon 950 gallon per hour wave maker going along the back wall. And I have the Maxi Jet 1200 at the return pump, because that's what I had laying around. I'm going to get eventually a better return pump and a bigger sump in the spring here. I'm going to redo this whole system. I'm going to get a new stand. I'm not going to get one. I'm going to build a new stand with doors and cabinets. I'm going to get a big sump underneath there with a bigger trickle tower. I just have like the 8-inch by 8-inch tower right now or something. So it's just like the smaller version of the drawers, like 6 or 8 inches or something. I'm going to get like I'm going to get like the foot one that's really big. And I'm just gonna run the sump and eliminate the power filters pretty much, because they just take up space on the back of the tank and it just kind of looks tacky. And I mean, 2 pipes, one going into the tank and one coming out of the tank, is a lot better than having heaters and in the tank and power filters hanging on the back of the tank and a bunch of wires everywhere. So it's just a lot more cleaner to have a sump. And this was just an experiment, and the experiment worked, so that's what I'm going to do. As you can see, I have a little air stone in there with an air pump. A little air pump back there. I have a Maxi Jet 400 in here doing 500 gallons per hour on the wave maker form, just to mix it up, make sure nothing settles in there, no detritus or anything. I don't know why it would have got in there anyways, because it goes to the filter first. But just to make sure no nasty buildup starts or anything, like no slime on the surface or anything. And that's why I also have the air stone in there to oxygenate it. Yep, got the heater in there too. And there's my cat Oreo. Yep, he doesn't care that I'm filming, he just wants to get petted. But yeah, the tank is doing good for the most part. I have the T5 light on here with the Marineland double brights. As you can see, not all the double brights work. Only that little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them work. Or, no, just 4 of them work. And then there's just the blue LEDs, which is the only reason I have it on there, is for the blue LEDs at night. Yeah, so I don't think this will work, but I mean, you can kind of see that just for the blue LEDs at night. And then I can turn white back on, and then the T5. So, yep, and then these guys, they have these LEDs up here, just like the bubble wall. You're supposed to put in the bottom of the tank and put bubbles in it, and bubbles come up and change to the color of the LEDs. Instead of doing that, I just have it hang from the surface right there in the rim, so that way it then lights up the tank, so I can see these guys at night. And you just chased after one of the bluegills. I've never seen you do that before. But these bluegills are growing really fast too. They're doing good. Since I've had them in there by themselves for the most part, just them, the Oscars, and the two convicts and African cichlid. So it's a lot less fish in here. They've grown a lot more faster because when there's a bunch of fish. Because I mean, all those small fish that are in that tank used to be in this tank, and all these big fish in here, like the two Oscars, they used to be in that tank with the Pacu. You know, the Pacu, and the Plecos, and all those little fish used to be in here, which was ridiculously overcrowded in the 55. And they were all growing super slow. And ever since I like separated them out, like the bigger fish in this tank, and then like the two Oscars, and then the smaller fish that kind of like get along with the other fish, or I don't really want to put with the other fish. Oh, the African spotted leaf fish is in here too. See, these are just the fish that I really didn't care about at the time, and then I had to separate the Oscars because they did not get along with the Pacu. These two didn't. The other one did. These two didn't though. They fought like crazy. But this guy didn't really care for him at the time. He's a pretty fish, but he was being a real jerk, so I couldn't put him with those fish that are in the 75 because he was beating up on them. So he's in here with these fish that he will not beat up on. Convict cichlids, since I've taken all the fish out, have laid eggs. They open up the eggshells too early, obviously, because they're still little wigglers. They're not free swimmers yet, but they're starting to become swimmers, as you can see. Some of them are starting to be able to swim now. Just little itty bitty suckers. There may be about 15 of them or so. Let's see if I can get. Oh, I know you guys. This is a terrible right there. Oh, sorry guys. I'm just trying to get this focus. There you go. You can see them now. They're finally starting to become free swimmers. Probably by tomorrow they should be. I plan on getting eventually a separate tank for them, a little 5.5 gallon, just so they can get about a half an inch or so in there, and I'll put them back in here, and they should be okay. Because as you can see, the Oscars for the most part really don't care about the bluegill, and the bluegill are only about an inch, inch and a half. So yeah. Well, I might just leave them in here completely and just let the parents protect them. But I mean, they only saw a couple of them right there, but. Let's see. You can see that big black pile right there. That's all of them. There's about 50 to 100 at least, I would say. Maybe even more. But this guy's cool. He's finally doing the finger chasing stuff, which is cool. He flares his gills and everything. Yep. Yeah, and his teeth will click on the glass occasionally. Yeah. That's not good. He's about had it. He was just on his side. He just about had it. I don't know what happened. I just turned around with my paws and he was on his side, so yeah. It's gonna be sad to see him go, because I really did like him. He was starting to get, or she was, it was a she, I found out, was starting to get really good colored up, and all of a sudden, like that, she just went downhill so fast and started breathing real heavy, and got real big and everything, and I don't know what went wrong, because the other fish, except for the paracichlid, he breathes heavy, but he always has done that since I got him. He just, I don't know what's wrong with him. That's just how he is, I think. But none of the other fishes you can see are breathing heavy. I mean, you don't even see the Oscar breathing really. Because, I mean, there's plenty of oxygen in there. Between the Twicker tower and then the air pump in there and all the oxygenation going on when the filters dump the water into there, because it's, as you can see, not level with the surface. But yeah, but on this tank, back to this tank, I have a canister filter, Marineland C220. Yep, you can see that right there. See all the specs. Yep, Marineland C220. It's on full blast. Yep, there is, let's see, there's a coarse media that comes with it, the coarse filter sponge, then there's 3 bags of activated carbon, then there's a right size filter floss by Marineland, this stuff right here, then there's the 3 bags of activated carbon, then there's another then there's the bio balls, and then there's the ceramic media, and then there's another sponge, and it goes back into the tank. So there's a lot of filtration, a lot of media in there, a lot of surface area. And then these, they're just filter floss jammed in each one of these. This one has filter floss and biological media. And this one has filter floss, and then this one has the filter pad, the deactivated carbon, and it has the biological trickle tray. So, yep, this tank has plenty of filtration to support these guys, I would hope, and the real reason for that is I put the canister filter on here instead of on the 75 like it was, is because these guys' hole in the head was just getting terrible, and I was just felt so sorry for them. So I put the canister filter on here, and since I have, it's starting to clear it up some. So hopefully that will eventually just end up going away, and they'll be a lot more happier and healthier and prettier then, because I just don't know why it's happening to them, because I had my other Oscar with them and the other 55 that I used to have set up, and they still had a hole in the head then, and the other albino Oscar, he didn't. And they've just pretty much always had this stuff, at least a little bit. That mark on his back was like a bite mark or something when I very first got him. I mean, he was like itty bitty when I first got him. He's had that his whole life, and it's never healed up. And I've used that API Malefix and everything on these guys, and this just never worked for their hole in the head case. And then they got these big sores on their lips, and I don't know if it's just some disease that they have that I can't cure or what, because I've done a lot. I do frequent water changes. I have overfiltrated tanks. I have used the medicines before that I can use that I know about that should help it. Nothing really works, so I don't know. But yeah, guys, this is a super long video. Thanks for watching. If you watched to the end, I do appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up because you're obviously watching it because you like it. And yeah, see you in the next video, guys. Hopefully the Green Terror will recover. I'd be really sad. I am sad actually right now because I did not like to see him be on his side. I feel sorry for him. So yeah, give a thumbs up for him, so hopefully he'll get better then. And yeah, see you next video, guys. Adios.